Hey guys, welcome to Code Sickness. Myself Atul, and today we are going to be discussing about how we can take a group of numbers and find the minimum, the maximum, and also the average of minimum and maximum numbers. So what that essentially means is that we are going to be having like some numbers, right? So those numbers will be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let's say another 5. Okay. So uh, in this, the minimum is 1, maximum is 5, but and the average which we are going to find is 1 plus 5 plus 5. So that is divided by 3. Okay. So this will be 11 by 3. So that is our final answer. So which will be around, I think, let's see, I think it's, yeah, 3.66, right? So it is 3.66, and that's it. So what we are going to be doing in the code is we are going to be having two for loops. One for loop will be for finding if the value, if it is minimum and maximum, right? So that is the first for loop, and the second for loop is for finding the sum of all the values, right? Sum of values, and also we will find out the count, that is the number we have to divide it by, basically. So let's just jump right into it. So we are first going to define list. No, first we are going to have a try catch block to take the input. So we are having to try, and once we try, we will define the list as lis equals empty list. Then we are going to have, we're going to print it that we want an input here. So enter the values, and let's say stop to stop. So we are just going to type stop to stop it, right? We can actually write any string, because if an exception comes here, it will send it to the except part, which will stop the loop. So the loop will be while true. It will take input, so it will be list dot append, and then we'll take an input int. Then we are going to have input, which is empty. We are not going to write any string inside this. So this is it, and once it's done, we're going to the except part. So except part is basically the exception part. Okay, so this part will come after we have an error in this, if we write any string instead of a number here. So now for the except part, we are going to define 4 variables. So those 4 variables will be first will be min, which will be a value, it will be initially let's say 999. So it will be a large value, so whichever value we compare it with, it will be lower than this, so it will be easier to assign min to that value, that value to min. Okay, and max is just the opposite of it. It will start from 0, and if any value we find which is greater than 0, then we will assign that value to max. So let me just write it. Where is it? Okay. So let me just write it. We have max, which is 0. We have min, which is 999. We will also have 2 or more variables, sum, which is going to take the sum of all the min max values, and we have count, which is going to take the count of how many values which matched min or max profile basically. So that's it, and then we will proceed further with a loop. So first we have for I in range list. So this will run for the whole list of lists, and I will be like updating for every value of list. So now we have like if condition. So this if condition will first check if I is less than min, right? So if I is less than min, we have to assign it min value. So min equals I, right? Same goes for max. If I is greater than max, then we have to assign that value to max. Max equals I. Okay. Now we have another for loop which will come outside this scope of this for loop, of course. It is the same for loop actually. List, sorry, for I in list. Oh, I made a mistake here as well. I'm so sorry. It's not range, it's list only. So it will iterate for list itself. Okay. So here we are. Now we have to find the sum and the count. So for that we are going to iterate, and first of all we need a condition to check if the value is a minimum or maximum or not. So the value should match min or max since we have found them already in this loop. Okay. So first will be if I, let's say I equals max or I equals min. So for both of those conditions we are going to essentially add it to the sum. So it will be sum plus equals I. Okay. And we are going to like increment count. So count equals plus 1. Okay. So finally we are going to like find the average. So the average value avg equals sum divided by count. So that's how we find it. And now finally I'm going to like print those values. So print, let's say max equals first max, and then we are going to have min, which is min, and let me just write it first. So average okay, that's it. So we are going to print all of these values, and that's it for the code. I'm just going to do a quick analysis here. So like you can see here we have one for loop and another for loop. So the basic timing is n and n. So the order of this whole thing will be n, or but the time it will take is 2n, right? So let me just show you the output here. Let me just take an example. So we just do this and it should work, I think. So let's see the output. Yeah, so we are going to have 1 2 3 4 5 5, and then we are going to say stop. Okay, so it will stop and it will give us the maximum value, which is 5, minimum value, which is 1, and the average is 11.0. I made a mistake somewhere. I'm pretty sure I made a mistake somewhere. Oh, count equal to plus 1. Sorry, it's count plus is equal to 1. See, these silly mistakes happen. So we have 1 2 3 4 5 5 anything, and we have the final output 5 1 at 3.66. Okay, Thanks for watching. Share if you liked it, subs if you loved it, and see you later.